Hello, teacher. Our group present The English Patient by Michael Onjati. I tell about Michael Onjati's life and his famous works. Michael Onjati was born in Colombia, Sri Lanka in 1943 to Major Mary Onjati and Doris Grattan family. In 1954, he rejoined his mother in England. He immigrated to Montreal, Quebec in 1962. And Onjati began teaching English at the University of Western Ontario in London. In 1971, he taught English literature at Glenton College, York University. For him coming through slaughter to the English Patient, Onjati novels explore themes like memory loss and the struggles of being humans. The English Patient in 1992 won the Booker Prize, the Canadian Austral Prize, and the Governor General's Awards. And the novel is set in an abandoned Italian villa at the end of World War II and tells the story of four individuals brought together by the war: Hannah, Canadian nurse, Caravigo, and Canadian thief and spy, Kip, an Indian soldier in the British Army, and the title English Patient, a mysterious man who has been burned beyond recognition. The English Patient won the Booker Prize in 1992 and was adapted into a film in 1996 that won 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director for Anthony Minghella. The story takes place in old villa situated in Italy during World War II. The villa become a small example of how the war affects people's life.
Well, hello everyone. In the next slide, we're going to talk about the Hannah's character in The English Patient. Well, she is a young Canadian nurse. She is a central figure in the movie, one of the central figure, and she is defined as a strength in this movie, and also she is introduced as a caregiver in English Patient, stationed in a war-torn Italian villa during the World War II, and her character is deeply intertwined with the sense of grief and resilience, innocence, as she grapes with the recent death of her father and broader traumas of the war. And also, she is a caregiver, and she is also a symbol of the compassion and strength in this movie. Well, the next one, fifth one. Well, navigating loss and trauma. In this slide, we're going to talk about the Hannah's psychological state. She has a complex psychological state, like the grief, longing, isolation, and also building connection. And having lost her father and witnessed the horror of the war, she used caregiving as a coping mechanism, and it gives her the meaningful sense of the purpose in life. And the last one, we have the symbols in a healing and renewal. Hannah is a symbol of gardening, reading, and nurturing. And by these symbols, in this movie, the director tries to show that gardening is a symbol of regeneration and nurturing of the life even the barren and war-torn environment. By reading, they try to show the power of the story to heal, connect, and to comfort. By nurturing there is the Hannah's care, Hannah's compassion and uh, commitment are tried to show to the viewers. And she is the symbol of persistence of humanity and empathy during the times of the devastation.
Our next slide is about Hannah in a film adaptation. In the 1996, The English Patient was directed by Anthony Minghella, and Giulietta Binoche does an amazing job playing Hannah. She shows Hannah's emotions, strength, and vulnerability in a way that feels real and relatable. Binoche's acting brings out Hannah's caring nature, especially in scenes where she looks after the English patient. Her gentle actions, like reading to him or tending to his burns, show her kindness and her quiet strength. When comparing the movie to the book, some differences stand out. Hannah's care for English patient in the novel, Ondaatje's writing highlights her internal monologues and her struggle to maintain hope. But in the film itself simplifies some of her introspective moments, focusing more on her actions than her thoughts. Another sample is the scene where she plays the piano in a ruined villa shows her desire to create beauty in a world of destruction. But it doesn't explain her thoughts like the book does. We can see it in the screenshot from the novel itself. And the next slide is Hannah in a film. In The English Patient, one of the most powerful moments that shows Hannah's emotional struggles happens when she hears about her boyfriend's, Captain McGann's death. I think it was Captain McGann. At the same moment, the bomb falls nearby, but Hannah doesn't react to any danger. She is so lost in her grief and shock that she doesn't even notice the world around her. This scene shows Hannah's deep feelings and how love and loss can overpower everything, even fear for her own safety. It highlights her vulnerability and how war has left her emotionally raw. Finally, there's a piano scene. Hannah sits down to play the piano in the middle of the ruined villa. Despite everything around her being destroyed, she creates beauty and peace, even if it's just for a short time. This scene shows her resilience and her need to follow small ways to escape the pain of her reality. These moments together paint a picture of Hannah as a person who feels deeply, loves selflessly, and holds onto her.
So hello everyone, let's continue from the next slide. Here I would like to focus on Hannah, one of the fundamental characters in the novel The English Patient, which was beautifully adapted into film. So I have included an excerpt from the novel which vividly illustrates her inner thoughts and emotional complexities. So let's look at the two sentences here. First one, let me see. If it is cold, she moves carefully into the bed and lies beside him. She can place no weight upon him without giving him pain, not even her thin wrist. So here, the passage reveals her empathy and tenderness. Her carefulness in the lying beside the English patient shows that she's aware of his fragility and her desire to comfort him while being mindful of his pain. The second sentence, sometimes at 2 a.m. he's not yet asleep, his eyes open in the darkness. Here we can see the moments of vulnerability between Hannah and the patient, which illustrates the depth of their connection, connection between them. So About Hannah's significance in the story, we can see that throughout the English Patient, Hannah embodies the resilience, care, and compassion. Despite bearing the burden of grief and loss, she remains dedicated to caring for an English patient and supporting her fellow characters. About broader themes, here her character represents broader themes of healing, loss, and humanity within the novel, and she illustrates how love and compassion can be transformative even in the face of overwhelming despair. About personal interpretation, I can see Hannah as a symbol of hope and resilience. Her journey reflects the complexities of navigating personal trauma and the search for healing after a loss, after losing your loved ones. We can find here a character who challenges the conventional roles expected of women in times of war, demonstrating the strength and vulnerability at the same time. Hannah's impact on the story lies in her ability to bridge the gaps between people, so reminding us of power, of compassion, and human spirit. In conclusion, I can say that Hannah is not only a caregiver in the novel in The English Patient, but she also serves as a profound exploration of themes that resonate deeply within the human experience. Thank you.